I love corporate games.
Yeah.
I have a serious love for this.
So I was new to the firm mid-May, so corporate games started a couple weeks after, so I really just used it as an opportunity to get to know everyone in the firm and kind of get acclimated and just jump right in right away. I worked for the firm for about 2 weeks when I participated in the bowling event for corporate games. So I was brand new to the firm.
I bowled my first turkey during the bowling event, so. I was bowling, someone said turkey, and I said, cool.
I just really think it's great for getting you into different activities that you would never try. Like, I'd never done yoga before, and I got to try that.
Now this year's yoga was a lot easier than last year's yoga, but last year's yoga was, there for a while I said it was the hardest event of the corporate games.
I kind of thought it was hard.
Probably my favorite one this year was dodgeball, because it was like our first real team event, and we kind of got a little heated with some other companies, and it was a real first like filling out for other teams and stuff, and we never lost, so that was awesome, and everyone kind of hated us at that point, and so it's just kind of nice being the best, and everyone kind of come looking for you and gunning for you at that point. So
when Jonathan was out there, he one hand snags a ball, simultaneously throws it, knocks the guy out, and that was a real game changer for us. And a lot of the veterans pulled us through dodgeball, and they got us through that. So that was a lot of fun.
I think it just incorporates one of our values, which is fun, obviously. It kind of describes our competitive nature and how we all like to come together for a common goal. And it doesn't matter whether it's accounting related or sports related or athletic related, whatever it is, it just seems that we have fun coming together to get something done. And that's a good thing to be known for.
So 3v3 basketball was really fun, extra competitive. It's actually funny because there originally wasn't enough people for it, like 2 days before the actual event. So people were running around trying to find people to play, and so I was a last resort because I'm not very good. But it was fun being able to play, and we actually had to go into overtime one game. So that was pretty exciting for us, especially since hardly any of us had ever played before.
It was fun being back out there because it's been a while, and that was the first time I've ever played sand volleyball. So it's a lot different, and I remember John, when we got there, we all were like, okay, these individuals are going to play first, and then these other individuals are going to play later, and then later on, once we were in the consolation bracket, they were like, you guys are doing awesome, just keep doing what you're doing, we'll cheer you on, and it was a fun morning.
I think it's just a great opportunity to get together and do things outside the office.
I always really enjoy the track and field day, just I feel like a lot of people get to participate, and it's just a fun event that you just get to see a lot of people reliving the glory days of running and winning and doing their stuff. So,
You know, the track meet went really well for myself. 3 gold medals this year, but I still took a step back because Jonathan Porter beat me in the 100-meter dash this year and now has the title for fastest man in the office.
I think the funniest memory I have is when we were at the track meet and Denise was running, and she was running against a firm that was very close in points to us, and she was trying to beat the person in this firm, and she just had full game face on in the 100-meter dash, and it was quite hilarious.
Like anyone in the firm actually played ultimate frisbee on a regular basis, so it's always fun to see other people, the sports they did play, and how they can go through with ultimate. Like people with a soccer background, you could really tell on the field, like they know how to get open in the game.
It was fun because we had kind of a mix of people at the firm. We had John, a partner, down to intern staff level. So just a good mix of girls and guys too. It was fun playing the other teams and kind of seeing where we stood. We did win a game, so that was pretty exciting. We also won by forfeit once, so that was fun too. But no, it was just kind of a fun thing to do, especially because I hadn't played ultimate frisbee since college. So.
Whenever we showed up, Abby and Rob had played before. They were experienced, while Josh and I had never played at all, and Josh played like one time.
So whenever we show up, we're like, all right, let's strategize here, and we'll put Rob and Abby on one team and me and Josh on the other team, so Rob and Abby can really like go for it. Well, Josh and I ended up being not so bad, and we ended up getting 4th, which is just really fun, and I've actually really liked playing it now, so it was, like I said, something I'd never done before, and it turned out to be a good experience for Josh and I, being the underdogs, if you will.
Because I rode the Corporate Games one, and Brinker was along, and he said, well, you could do a day or even a half a day, do a short ride. So because of Corporate Games, I rode in the Rag Ride this year, which was, like I said, a bucket list item. It stepped me out of my comfort zone, and I loved Rag Ride.
One of the things that surprised me was the opportunity to see the rest of our employees and team members performing. I was really surprised at the quality of the athletes that we have here. You know, we think of ourselves as a bunch of accountants, bean counters, but the reality is we have some really good athletes. We have runners, we have swimmers, we have basketball players, and just overall good athletes. And I was pleased to see their abilities, their skills actually have an opportunity to shine and to participate in the corporate games for the benefit of the firm.
The triathlon was on a hot Saturday morning, and Max accidentally overslept his alarm, so I think he had like 50 missed calls. And then we had 2 teams, so it was Maggie, Marcus, and I did the running, and then Gina swam, and then Jonathan did the biking, and then Gina ran a 5K as well.
Well, in the summertime, again, we get out a lot more outside, but we don't get outside a lot by individuals, and so the impact, I think, on the firm in general is really being able to participate together with other individuals that we usually don't work with. It's just a great mix to be able to get out and enjoy each other in that standpoint. And then I think it's good for us healthy-wise, too.
Dave Hurst was phenomenal in the music.
Yeah,
and
you
Denise
get Dave
Dooley
Hurst,
was very good
Denise
as well.
Dooley, Carson, I feel like that's a dream team. And
yeah, Denise and Dave were probably some of the strongest players on the Three-Peat team.
Tug of War was a hard event, especially those minute-long pulls and stuff. And seeing Dave Farnsworth bear crawling on all 4, that was just awesome to see, and it was just funny to relive it and watch it. We're all dead during it, and Dave had to be dead also from doing all that. So
our funniest memory would probably be Brandon Elbert during the Tug of War event. There's actually some pictures of him floating out on the internet. He's just, I mean, you could probably explain the leverage better than I
He's
could.
giving everything he has in the tank.
So Marcus gave us this big talk before about technique and how we wanted to go about pulling on the
With
rope.
leverage, yeah.
And so you want to just lean back as far as you can, and you know, Brandon took that to heart and he really leaned back.
We had a group of employees who were willing to participate, maybe stretching themselves a little bit out of their comfort zones, and still ended up, because of their age divisions or the lack of competition from other firms, they ended up being big contributors to our overall team as well. So
Becky's amazing. Like anytime she comes to anything, it's like, I feel like you got to step it up. You got to perform for Becky. You want to make her proud. You know, Bob and Becky, you know, you got to do good. You want to put on a good show for them because it's cool that they even take time out of their day to do this stuff like that.
We definitely couldn't do it without the McGowens.
I think the fact that we were able to repeat as champions was rewarding. It was a little tighter than it was in the prior year, so we really had to rally to get the victory.